government has uncovered sinister plans by some political detractors of the governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike, to orchestrate a campaign of calumny against the governor using faceless persons, as can be seen in this document, which is now in the possession of the Rivers State government. This is evidence of the plot to blackmail Governor Wike, and is titled Proposal for #NWike Rascality Program. It's important we warn them. It is important we also warn Nigerians about this scheme. We expect more of them to come, but I can assure you that the governor and the G5 would rise to the occasion.
Mr. Feinborn also said the River State government has sealed the premises of EUI Event Center on Abacha Road, GRA Phase 3, over traffic obstruction.
The Rivers State government has noticed that despite previous advice and warnings for the management of EUI Event Center GRA Phase 3, Port Harcourt, to refrain from blocking an entire stretch of part of Sani Abacha Link Road without government approval, and subsequent refusal by the management of the event center to properly manage parking of their clients' vehicles, the Rivers State government has, with effect from today, Wednesday, 7th December 2022, sealed the EUI Event Center.
Meanwhile, the River State government will flag off the construction of Rumigbo Internal Roads today. Yesterday, it flagged off the construction of Elikaya Internal Roads. Governor Nyesom Wike, during the flag-off, said political leaders must be concerned about the development of their area. He said Rivers people should hold them responsible for not delivering any project that was promised by his administration.
But I will say clearly that in politics, people are good in propaganda. I'm sure so many of you, people have told you I was not going to do anything for the Kaya community. I'm sure most of them have run away to Abuja. They don't want to come and see the flag off. But let me commend Amangada, the primary ruler of Kaya. Even when he was outside the country, he would send me text messages and say which day will be on the Kaya talk. For me, that is what leadership is all about your own people.
Moving on, the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has cleared the APC in Rivers State to contest the 2023 elections. Justice Turaki Mohammed dismissed a suit by the PDP asking the court to nullify the candidacy of all the legislative candidates of the APC in the state on the ground that their primaries were not monitored by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and that they failed to comply with the Electoral Act. Justice Mohammed dismissed the case for lack of jurisdiction based on an earlier judgment by the Court of Appeal which barred political parties from interfering in the internal affairs of other parties. Reacting to this, APC spokesperson Darlington Wauju said attempts to hijack the constitutional roles of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to monitor and supervise congresses and primaries of political parties as enshrined in the Electoral Act is defeated.
They move to twist the electorates in this state by trying to appoint candidates for political parties, which would have forced the electorates not to have the freedom of options, has been given a decent burial. The correct interpretation given to Section 285 sub 14 of the 1999 Constitution as amended is that no political party has any right to question the internal affairs of other political parties.
Still ahead, police launches online platform to tackle car theft. Stay tuned.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back. Now to the rest of the news. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has launched the Central Motor Registry Command Center at the Force Headquarters in Abuja. This is to enable members of the public to report cases of stolen vehicles in the country for possible recovery. The Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement on Wednesday, said the move was in line with the IGP's mission to ensure a digital environment for policing the country. The Minister of Environment, Mohammed Abdullahi, has called on state governors to render accounts on the money they collected on ecological funds. Speaking at the 8th edition of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration scorecard series, he said the governors should account for the billions of naira they have collected on behalf of their states over the years.
Initially, the federal government handles ecological funds, but the states argued that they must be given their own share of ecological funds. The federal government accepted, and at every fund allocation, they give their own share of allocation to states. So, I think the question should be more to states: what are you doing with your share of ecological funds, not the federal government?
On the ongoing implementation of the Ogoni cleanup, the ministry said a total of 21 sites covering about 230 hectares out of the 65 sites reported in the UNEP report fact sheet have been remediated. Defense for Human Rights and Democracy has criticized members of the Rivers State House of Assembly over the passage of the 2023 budget estimate. Chairman of the group, Clifford Christopher Solomon, urged the Assembly to follow the universal parliamentary procedure and call for a public hearing to allow the civil society groups, stakeholders, and opinion leaders make input.
We are concerned with the manner which the Rivers State House of Assembly hurriedly passed the 2023 budget proposal into law. The Rivers State House of Assembly, since inauguration under the administration of Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, has been an annex of the weakest executive arm of government, serving the political, economic, and social interests of the governor. You recall that D.H. Arudi raised pertinent legislative issues when the budget was presented to the House by the governor.
Mr. Solomon also threatened that the group will embark on protests if the Assembly fails to reverse its action within 24 days.
D.H. Arudi has lost confidence in the current Rivers State House of Assembly. More worrisome is the fact that the only thing Rivers people heard from the Assembly in the budget discourse from the House is that they have padded over 5 billion naira to the initial amount of over 550 billion naira presented to them by the governor. If our call is not heeded, within 24 working days, we shall mobilize Rivers people and occupy the Rivers State House of Assembly complex till the right thing is done.
Now to business. A survey done at the Mile 1 market in Port Harcourt shows that a 50 kg bag of rice is now being sold for 40,000 naira, while a bag of foreign rice is being sold for 45,000 naira. A custard bucket of local rice is sold for 3,800 naira, and a custard bucket of foreign rice is now being sold for 4,000 naira. Our correspondent who visited the market yesterday also reports that a small basket of just tomatoes is now sold for 8,000 naira, and a basket of onions now goes for 22,000 naira. Meanwhile, 5 liters of vegetable oil now goes for 7,500 naira. Some traders lamented over low patronage.
Christmas no go dey o. The reason being that money no dey because of that flood wey affect many people. Wetin be the happiness we treatment go do now dey say no get anything again to take do Christmas. Market no dey as im dey before. Market very high. Egg wey we dey buy 1 egg for now is 2,000. No go enjoy market now. Customers wan dey come. Anyway, this month pass last month for customer, but wey Christmas na this time around because no money. My money go waste the money.
In the Nigerian condition, nothing comes down. It's affecting everywhere. You can see there's no customers. Maybe they will eat it when it is in the heat. But for now, we are not seeing any customers.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, Iran has announced the first execution of a protester convicted over the recent anti-government unrest. Mohsen Shekari was hanged on Thursday morning after being found guilty by a revolutionary court of enmity against God. He was accused of being a rioter who blocked a main road in Tehran in September and wounded a member of paramilitary force with a machete. On the news this afternoon, you heard Rivers State government is alleged that some politicians plan to slander Governor Wike. Governor Wike will flag off the Rumigbo internal road today. APC has reacted to the court judgment that cleared the party to contest the 2023 elections. The police IG has launched a digital platform to tackle car theft. On the foreign scene, Iran has hanged the man its first execution of a protester convicted over the recent anti-government unrest. The news was edited by Constance Mega. Sunny weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kala Dakuru Batubo. Good afternoon.
Are you up to date with ideas for sustainable development?